Hey gang, DJ here from PTA. Today was one of those days that um, it just sucked. I mean, price action on this stock really sucked. And the one I'm referring to is EIGR. Um, it just got really choppy all of a sudden, right in a particular zone. So ideally, it popped up on my list, has some volume pre-market. Um, for me, I like to look at the week over week. So it was definitely kind of going in an uptrend, and I liked the pattern. Now breaking it down into the daily, it gapped up over the 200 EMA, so that was another good sign of a bullish run or whatnot. But once we start, once we start kind of zeroing in on the day, um, that's when it got kind of choppy. So initially, first thing in the morning, it popped up on the radar. So again, guys, I like that 30-minute pullback, but it just didn't give me one to really get in at. The 30-minute pullback was around 720. Now the problem with that is that it didn't really pop up on my radar until afterwards. So what I saw was really a 15-minute pullback, and that was this pullback here. Um, so I was waiting for kind of rally up, pull back, and then get back in on the pullback. Now, unfortunately, what happened is I end up getting filled at 763. So somewhere right there is where I got filled. So what was interesting about the fill was that it sort of filled me in kind of late. I wanted like 761, but it got me in at 763. So I'm anticipating this break right here off the 780. It broke out, got as high as 795, and then slammed right back. And then the next candle went up and then slammed. Then the next candle went up, circled back, kind of went sideways. So from here on, it was just this sideways price action that was just, I mean, to be honest with you, it was simply annoying. And from here, I took profit. So I took some profit right here in the 820s. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of profit. We got some sideways price action. Maybe this thing kind of wrap back around. So it pulled back right here at about 785 is where I took the last bit of shares off. So once it pulled back, it hit down here. It respected this 780. So I said, okay, cool. Maybe we'll get some run up. So what the stock ended up doing was it ended up pulling up, and then I saw this, and then this candle here, which I want to kind of show you guys on the 1 minute. This is where I took my next position. So after getting put out here, it ran back up, it retraced. So what is setting in a swing low here from here, I'm thinking, okay, let me slide in right here about 820. So I got a feel about 816. And then from there, it rallied up, and I'm thinking, okay, great, it's gonna break through this area and kind of keep going, right? Nope, came back, recycle, and then finish out the day. So I ended up taking a loss on that as well. So although I made money, I ended up giving it right back and taking a loss for the day. So for some people, they would have said, "Hey, man, you already made your money for the day. Um, should have just left the desk." And in hindsight, yes. But this sideways price action and how much volume, just the sheer volume in a sideways price action made me feel, especially when we got these little small spikes, it made me feel that this was going to actually rebound here and continue on. And I was just thinking because the crowd was the trade was kind of crowded that it would have kept going. But unfortunately, I took a loss. So the biggest thing is you trade your plan. Whether it works or not, you have faith in your plan. You trade it. I traded it, executed it perfectly in this X section here. And my second plan just didn't plan out. And I gave back a little bit, or gave back a lot of what I earned on that particular trade. Now, that's just a lesson learned. You get what I'm saying? It's just something that you have to learn. Now, another stock that I want to go over, um, which was a play I missed, two of them. INDO was one, and the other one was PIK. Shout out to Ace and Boogie in the chat because those are the people who mentioned those particular stocks. Um, INDO, again, was on the radar a while ago. You see that I had some alerts. I was waiting for it to get back to this area before I took a look at it. But ultimately today it had a nice little run. So to kind of circle back down into the chart, um, what I noticed was the first bit of price action in the morning was really choppy. I just didn't really like it. It just didn't look right. So even when I zeroed in on the 30-minute, it just didn't give me that look that it was going to actually take off. And for some of the guys, they end up squeezing in. I think it was off of a 15-minute break right here. Once it played out this zone, had some guys getting in around 32, rolled it nicely up to 35, and then took some profit there. So congrats to those guys who took advantage of that particular trade. And that's the reason why you trade within the community. Because there's always eyes and someone looking at different plays that you may have just missed. The next play I wanted to kind of go over. Um, this one I actually seen on Twitter as well. Um, was PIK. Now PIK had over 124 million in volume today, with a 7.6 million float. So it's a micro float. One of the things that makes this stock, I guess, rally was just the sheer news and information that I seen online. Um, but what was interesting is that it spiked, but it wasn't that big of a spike to me. And I say that simply because it seems that the stock wasn't really moving the way you would think it would move with that type of volume. So looking at the daily, then if you zero in on the hour, you could see that like right after this hour here is where it kind of spiked. Um, and you can see the downward movement here and then the rebound. It wasn't a bad rebound to begin with. You see it real clearly on the 2 hour. So some people who play off the 2 hour probably caught it here and rolled it up because a lot of people like to look for that second candle confirmation. Me in particular, I'm just looking for a reversal and then another confirmation after the reversal. So you got that clearly off for the hour. So right here, you can just kind of see that there was going to be some type of momentum coming in once it switched. That switch there, pulling off of the 363 area, you definitely had to sit there and wait for it to line up. Now, what I mean about lining up is you want it to look the same on all the charts. So right there is about the area. Most guys I know took a trade about 424 once it had rallied up and pulled back. So that was really off of this key area here in that breakout off of the high of the day. So for me, I like it after this because it was a nice reversal. Uh, place your trade at 363, risking the 338, 30-cent risk. It moved a nice little $2.50 move, not bad. Once you got over this hump, pulled back, and then it looked like it went sideways. Now, that pulled back on that 5 minute, so let me kind of show you that. And this is why you use top-down analysis as well as looking at the chart. You want to look at this from different points of view when you're looking at your trade. So looking at this from this point of view, it definitely shows that you had some upward momentum, a pullback, nice slightly push up, a pullback, and then it kind of rally on. Now on the 5 minute, it don't look as choppy as this, but it's the same pattern. So if you circle back to the 1 hour, same pattern, pull back, reversal, confirmation, push. Rally up, rally up, pull back, confirmation, confirmations, and then the push. And then confirmation, and then the push. So that's what you're looking for when you come to a pullback of a situation. You like to see that on multiple time frames. That kind of lets you know, will give you the confidence to know that that stock is moving in the direction that you're looking at. So, guys, I hope that helped you out. Hopefully, we can get back at it tomorrow and see if we can turn this week to a good week. Started off pretty strong early part of the week, and then we didn't have any trades the other day, and then today we took a small loss. I would say it's a loss. For some people, it's a small loss. Some people, it's a large loss, depending on your size. But it was definitely a loss, but a lesson learned. I'm glad I'm able to teach you from my mistakes. So, guys, if you have any questions, concerns, drop them in the comments. Follow us on Twitter. Jump into the Discord. We still have it open for non-members. And like I tell everyone in Discord and in our staff, stay studying and stay focused.